Hey guys, David Ronson here. Uh, Autodesk just released 19.2 for Revit, and they pushed out an update that requires a change to your database, your connectors and fittings. So I want to touch on that real quick, just to make sure you guys are aware of it. In AutoCAD, it's pretty frequent to cut in a grooved coupling on a welded system for your field connections. In AutoCAD or in Revit, that was less than stellar workflow. Kind of had to break it, manually override the connectors, and then you could place the coupling. So in just to show you the behavior, if you click the coupling, insert part, this is what you would typically get is incompatible. But you will notice that I'm in 19.2, so technically I've installed this update. But there's a feature in the actual database itself that we need to take advantage of before we can use this. So I'm going to jump back to AutoCAD, place a piece of pipe here, and this is more or less the workflow that we're trying to get in Revit. Okay. You'll see it overrode that connector. It's a bevel by bevel. Now it's a groove by bevel. Okay. But in Revit, we have to go to the connectors themselves. Okay. So I'm going to go into the fitting. I'm going to go specifically to the coupling. So for sake of demonstration, we can go to a specific connector here. There's a new feature here called matching connector. The default is set to same. Okay, so my first thought was, well, if it's the same, it should override the connector on the pipe with the same connector. A little bit of a flaw in that logic is that the end type is female. So if it tries to override the pipe, which should be a male, tries to push it to a female, then I've got female to female, and it kept kicking it back on me. So you have to come in here and set it to anything, right? So any male connector that is in the same connectivity group. So I have a more of a generic grooved connector here that I want to override the pipe with. Okay, so I'm going to click out of that, and we'll jump back into Revit. Let's reload. So now if I click on the coupling, insert part, okay, it cut that in just fine for me. So now if I go to edit part, go to connectors, you'll see that this is the grooved plane end connector and the beveled connector. Okay. There's one more caveat to this. The connectors themselves need to be unlocked on the pipe. So if your pipe is set with these connectors as locked, okay, it won't be able to override the connectors, okay, because they're locked. So you'll need to unlock these connectors in your straight pipe if they're not already unlocked. All right, hope you find that helpful. Feel free to let me know if you have any questions. Thanks.